going on, girl?
Well, I don't know. I'm a bit frustrated right now. I made this super long post earlier, and I try to like share from like, you know how you share from your memories or from like past things. And so I wrote all this stuff out, my whole post and everything, and I thought that I posted it when I was at lunch. And I get off work and I look and it never posted. So then I did it again. And it didn't post the second time. So I was like really like pissed off. But I don't know what the deal was with that. I'm thinking I need to like save, I don't know, save my posts or something.
Yeah, maybe just copy them before you hit send to see. Is it not showing up on your...
Because it's on my phone, and I think it's because I don't finish it. Sometimes I don't finish like when I'm writing, and then I like go back to it. Like I go to my home screen on my phone because if I have to look for if I'm doing something else, and then if I go back to it, I don't think it like stays registered or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But and that's been like a problem that I've been having is because I've been trying to stay positive and do things and like move forward, and I've been taking my computer to work at lunch, and the Wi-Fi there is not working very good. I took it with me last night because we went over to Rick's mom and dad's house, and their Wi-Fi wasn't working very good. And I'm just like,
Okay, so you feel like a lot of things are kind of working against you, or?
Well, I'm trying to like not let them bother me and just kind of move forward. But yeah.
Okay. I mean, I would just figure out what's going on with your phone and just move forward from it. I mean, the best you can do is just maybe copy what you do if you have to like select all of it and copy it so that when you do go back to your home screen or whatever, you can just paste it and then finish it.
Do you know anything? I don't know, I guess that as far as Wi-Fi, I was trying to figure that out. If there's something that I don't know. I probably just have to go somewhere where there's good Wi-Fi or something.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Do you have it on your phone? Or you're trying not to use your data?
Well, my phone, I found this too, is because I can type a heck of a lot faster on my computer, and I get a lot more done when I'm on my computer, which I've been taking it with me places. But then I'm finding that if there's not Wi-Fi, then I'm kind of in trouble. So
yeah, I mean, there's a couple things you can do. You can plan your posts out ahead of time and then like send them to yourself through Messenger. So like just like you would message anybody through Facebook, you can message yourself and just copy and paste it into there. So when you're on your phone, you can just hold it to select all the text and copy it and then post it, paste it to me.
That's a good idea.
Or you can send them to your email too. But I find it's really easy to just send it through Messenger because then you can just hold your thumb on that whole block of text and it will just copy the whole thing for you.
Okay.
And then the other option is, I don't know if your plan or your phone has it, but I know that some phones you can make them like a hotspot. It's an additional fee, and I don't know what it is, but I know that you can make your phone a hotspot and have so much data or whatever per month. So that
I might
that too.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. Do you have Sprint or Verizon?
Sprint. But I have unlimited data.
Yeah. I want to say it was like $20 or $25 a month when we had it on my phone for work at one point, but I really don't know. I would just call them and ask them. You might even be able to just go to sprint.com and look, see what it is.
Okay.
But it might just help you, like, if like, certain days you're going to be gone or whatever, you have a post, like, in mind, just type it up, and then send it to yourself through Messenger. I'll even do that sometimes if I just have my phone. I have the S Note, and I'll just open the S Note and type it all up because it might be something I want to do as, like, an evening post. But if it's on my mind, I want to, like, put it out right now so that I don't forget what I was going to say. So like, let's say you're at lunch, you could just make an S note and or a notepad. There's all kinds of apps you can download and just type it all out. And then that way you can just copy and paste it later too.
And then if it doesn't post or something, it's there.
Yeah, then you have it.
Yeah.
And then you have it saved there too, because there's a lot of times that like I'll use the same post and just put a different picture to it, or I'll do a different time of day, because not everybody sees it every time, so they don't know that you're recycling a post. So then you kind of have like maybe some of your go-to like hook posts or your go-to inviting posts that are saved on your S note to just copy and paste.
Mm-hmm.
That would save you a little bit of time too.
Yeah. And I'm kind of stuck, which I've been stuck on this for a while, but on what to do. I know we talked about this before, but my challenge group that kind of like went to crap. And that's been kind of like one of my, I guess, hang up kind of things. I don't know, I kind of feel bad about that. And I'm like, why am I going to restart a group when there's no interaction or anything? But then at the same time, like there's people probably watching that are like, oh, she always says she's going to restart this group and she never does. So I'm like.
So I would maybe, we'll decide what you're going to do. Either decide that you're going to restart it, or decide that you're just going to schedule one post per day through your Buffer or Hootsuite. I think you use Buffer, right?
I was using Buffer, yeah.
Okay, I would just schedule like we do in the LHF Fixin' Foodies. Like there's only one post per day, and that might spark people starting to post again. Just sit down and spend an hour. Actually, for one post, it doesn't even, like it takes an hour to schedule all the posts for like a focus challenge group, and that's 3 to 4 posts a day. If you sit down and schedule out one post per day to go in the group, like an accountability post. You need to go with Daddy. No, you need to go with Daddy. You can say hi real quick. No, it's that game. Say hi. No, we're not playing game. Hi. Okay, go. He sees the Facebook games over on the side. That's what he thinks he's going to play. So it would probably take you like 20 minutes to just, find a picture on Google, save it, and then just say, what was your workout today? What did you add into your Shakeology? Or what was your work? Like usually my every day is what was your workout? So that way you're like holding them accountable. And then every so often you're asking like, what was breakfast? What was lunch? What was dinner? What was your high for the week? What are you excited about for this coming week? Did you get your meal prep done? Just like generic questions, but every day you're asking them, did they get their workout in, to start holding them accountable to post and get their workout in every day. And it takes a little bit of time. People aren't going to post all the time. So you can either do that and make that like your graduate group, which is what our Fixin' Foodies group is, or you can say, hey girls, you can make a post in the group, and then I would encourage you to reach out to everybody that's your client in that group and just say, hey, like I'm getting ready to close this group out because I'm going to be starting a brand new challenge group. Would you be interested in joining me in the brand new challenge group? Or I can add you into LHF Fixin' Foodies, which is a graduate group for, added accountability and daily encouragement there. And if you want, you can add those girls over there. There's like 150 people in that group or something. So if you want to add them in there, if that's what they want to do for now, and it's still providing them with accountability, that's perfectly fine with me. That's what that group is there for. Donna is the one that's running that group. She's the one that makes the posts every day. She schedules them out through that Social Pilot is what she's using. But she's taken over. Lori was helping me for a little bit, and now Donna's helping. And I think that because that's a team group, that we can kind of cycle through who's going to manage that group for a couple months every so often to give everybody a turn to, kind of help out if they're putting their clients into that group, and then to give other people a break. But it's one post per day, but it's just asking them, it's trying to get them engaged, and at least they know, if nothing else, that we're still there and we're holding them accountable if they've maybe fallen off track. But you just got to decide what you're going to do, and then you got to do it. You got to decide, I'm either going to keep this one open, or I'm going to invite them into a brand new group, or give them the option of going into the graduate group.
Okay.
but just decide what you want to do. Make a plan and take action.
Yeah, that's my problem. What was my other thing? Oh, I've been starting a lot of new conversations with people.
Good.
But they're not like going anywhere. You know what I mean? Like they're not going anywhere to where I can. It's hard to get people to open up at all, let alone about, you know what I mean? Stuff that's personal to them to where you can relate. Let me get. Like health and fitness stuff too. I don't know. I'm just having a hard time, I guess, getting my conversations to.
Well, it doesn't always go to health and fitness. And you might just say, like, you guys might be talking about kids or work or something that's totally unrelated. And then you just check in with that person. You're like, hey, girl, how are you this week? I just wanted to check in, see how things, last we were talking, you were blah, blah, blah. How's that going? Or what was that like? Or whatever you were talking about. And then make a new paragraph and say, by the way, after we were talking the other day, I got to thinking, and I'm getting ready to start up this 21-day nutrition and fitness group for some close family and friends. And I wanted to send you a personal invitation to see if this would be something that you'd be interested in joining with us. The groups are a lot of fun. We're working on creating healthy meal plans and incorporating some fitness to get onto a healthier lifestyle. Does it sound like something that would be interesting to you? Or does it sound like something you'd be interested in? By the way, so have your normal conversation, whatever you're doing, and then use a transition sentence like, by the way, or maybe it's somebody you've already invited before, and you can say, hey girl, I don't mean to bother you, but I know in the past we had kind of talked about my 21-day nutrition and fitness group, and you were kind of interested, but at the time it wasn't really a good fit. So I'm getting ready to start a new group, and I wanted to reach out to you to see if now would be a better time for you. Something like that. So that way you can reconnect with that person. But by the way, I got that from Lindsay Krause, who's a very successful coach, and it works wonderfully. And I recently, again, started using the I don't mean to bother you to the people that I've already talked with that maybe have said yes, but maybe timing wasn't right or finances or whatever. And then you can use the, I don't mean to be a bother, or I don't mean to bother you, but, and I have a lot of those screenshots in our photo album in Team Living Healthy and Fit, and you can see exactly how I transition the sentence and how I invite people to coaching and to a challenge group. So I'd encourage you to check those out. But by the way is a really good transition sentence, because it's not always going to go to fitness, and it's not always going to crap. The other day, this girl that I converted over from Instagram who has shed a ton of weight and is doing amazing. We started back and forth, and then like the third conversation, we were like the third time going back and forth conversation, I just said, hey girl, like I know this might be totally crazy because we just met, but you are incredibly inspiring. And I edified her, and I said, have you ever considered becoming a coach? Or have you ever considered doing what I do as a health and fitness coach? So don't be afraid to like put it out there. Like, yeah, it might seem a little crazy and we just met, but like I find that you have blah, 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 X, Y, and Z, and I think you would be amazing at this. Unfortunately, somebody already got to her and she's enrolling as a coach under somebody else. She's going to freaking blow shit up because she's done really well. She's done a lot for herself. So don't be afraid to show what you're feeling. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to bother you, or I was just, you came across my mind when I was thinking about starting up this group, or just be real. It doesn't have to be like perfect wording. I change it up a little bit depending on what my mood is. Sometimes I say I'm starting a group for close family and friends if I'm inviting people that I've known a long time. Sometimes I'm gearing it more towards moms. Maybe I'm starting this 21-day group just for mommies who are busy, but they need to get a little me self time in, or something like that, just to kind of who I'm talking to and who I'm really targeting at that moment is going to relate to them, and they're going to be like, oh yeah, like that would be awesome. And it's going to be just moms and moms who are working and maybe need like quick, easy meals and, things like that, or budget friendly, different things like that. I know Tatiana's got a lot of girls who are afraid to spend the money because budget is tight, and they're afraid that healthy eating is super, super expensive. So This week she did her own clean eating group, and it's all on budgeting tips. So it's what are the objections that you're getting, and catering to those objections, catering to show them, look, you can eat healthy on a budget, or we can, maybe make a sacrifice here to make this work, or how you can plan. If you have a bunch of single moms and they're cooking for just 1 or 2 people, if they feel like, okay, if I cook something, I have like all these leftovers. Okay, rationing it out and throwing them in the freezer so that you have meals already prepared for dinner next week, and you can get some variation instead of eating the same thing all week. Because I know for single moms that that's like an issue when you don't have a whole family eating one meal, just different things like that. So think about who your audience is and who you're talking to, and what you can do to provide value other than inviting them to the opportunity to work on their nutrition and fitness. What is something that you bring to the table? You're a busy single mom, so there's a lot of things that I'm sure that you relate to other people that I might not. So think about that. Think about what makes you different. What can you help people with that you've been able to work through? And that's going to help you to hone in on your target market. I think that really going back over who your target market is going to make a big difference too. I think that that is something that really helped me, is talking to moms. Like, I even on Instagram, when I make a post and I know I have guys that follow me, I'd be like, I will like say girl. Like, I'm specifically talking to the girls, because yeah, that's great that guys follow me, but that's not who my ideal person is. So I'll be like, I can't even think, I said it the other day and I don't even remember how I worded it, but really think about who your target market is, so that when you're talking and making your post, you're talking to that person. Like, who's your avatar? Your avatar would be who your ideal person is, right? Like, then they're typically going to have the same attributes as you. They're going to be very similar to you. They might not have every single attribute, but they're going to have a lot of qualities, and that's what draws them to you. That's what makes you relatable to them. So if you really identify those characteristics and you speak to that avatar, you speak to the old you when you're making your posts, you will see a whole new world of engagement and people who are asking questions and who are going to really start watching what you're doing because you're starting to provide them with value. You want to strike a nerve. You want to hit that emotional center when you're talking with people.
Okay. Another thing that I've had problem with is, like, I don't know, I've had recommended a few programs to people, but they're not programs that I've done.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's maybe not, I don't know, but but I think it would be the best program for them, but I can't, but it's hard. I don't know. For me, it's hard to recommend a program to somebody, especially when it's like a 60 or 90-day program, because I have a hard time sticking to a program that's that long. But like, I have a girl that she has nerve issues and stuff like that, and I think that the best one for her would be like Tai Chi, or because she said she doesn't want impacts, very low impact stuff like that. I'm like, that would be perfect from what I know of it, but to recommend a program like that where I don't know what the nutrition plan is or anything like that, or I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So with something like that, unless you have a really rare case of somebody that, like, that Bianca, I can't think of her last name right now. She's a coach, and she's been at our Super Saturdays here in Toledo, and she has casts on her legs and is very limited to what she can do. But that girl rocks a 21-day fix. She rocks size. She just modifies where needed. She kills it. And there's many other videos of coaches doing size that are maybe have a walker, or I know, I can't think of her name. There is a particular coach who has MS, and she is in a wheelchair, and she killed P90X. So I always recommend something that I've done. And typically 99% of the time, I am encouraging people to go with the 21-day fix. You can go low impact. You can do modified. It's one of the cheaper programs. It's a great beginner program, and it's addressing nutrition and fitness, not just one or the other. And then, after they graduate from that, then I'm probably going to recommend something else. But honestly and truly, the 21-day fix is the perfect balance. When they came out with that, they broke the mold. I mean, there's a lot of good programs out there, but for a beginner to do low impact modified moves, that is one of the best programs. The other one,
I'm thinking I need to focus on, stop trying to I don't know. I feel like I'm trying to find something. I need to, I guess, maybe more find people to fit the program. Does that make sense? Not necessarily, but I don't know.
I think that you're overthinking it a little bit. I think that give it a shot, follow the script and share that with them, because they can modify, and don't put restrictions on people. Let them see. And there's a 30-day money back guarantee if they don't like it. I have Haley, who's on our team, has RA. So she has days that she's in a lot of pain, but she's doing hammer and chisel. Do you know what I mean? I didn't restrict her from that, because that's not for me to decide. I told her what it involved, what it would do, that she could do low impact, things like that. So she knows, and she can modify where needed. My mother-in-law that came to Fit Club not that long ago, she'd never done T25, but she stepped it out when she needed to. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, and that's not typically at her age, I would recommend somebody doing T25, but she really, really enjoyed it. So try not to judge them or to put restrictions on themselves. Just kind of give them an idea. And the scripts tell them, you're going to be doing strength training with a little bit of cardio and then stretching. And, it gives them an idea of what they're going to be doing. And I would just share with them, and I believe the script even does, that you can modify. And that's something that you tell people when they get into a group as well, is that, that you can modify when needed.
Okay, I'm trying to find this. Oh, well, and this is the other thing about her, is that she used to teach fitness classes. She used to be into health and fitness and stuff, and she said she would love to get back into it. And she said she has muscle, hold on. Oh, this keeps coming back. She has neck and back issues, getting worse. She said she has a hard time moving with her, and she has alignment issues with her back, stuff where she's very, and then she is saying how she has all these food allergies and stuff. So I recommended her to try Shakeology. And then the last thing she said was, which I have an answer for that. It says, could I try Shakeology first to see if I have a reaction? And then I should say, well, you can send it. I mean, it's a money back guarantee. So that's, but she was worried about the soy, and I found answers for all that and everything. And I told her, I think that she needs, because she says she's lost a lot of weight. And I said, maybe you should get your nutrition up first and start with Shakeology, and then get you on a program. And that's where I recommended the Tai Chi, because it's very low impact, because she sounds like she has trouble moving in general, let alone trying to do, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And that might improve once she gets her nutrition right too.
Yeah.
I would definitely probably do the vegan though, if she is very sensitive.
For sure. That's what I told her on that. Yeah. And then I had, let me try to see what my other. Yeah, I've just been trying to have, just general conversations with people and kind of But at the same time, I don't know. I get this feeling where I'm like, I'm not holding up my end of the deal as far as keeping my workout. Well, I've been doing my workouts, but I haven't been doing my Shakeology. But I did my taxes last week, and I said, as soon as I get my tax return, I'm getting my Shakeology back. I don't care what the hell it takes. Because that's where I like completely lost it. And in the beginning, when you start and you get that momentum going, and if you like stop, it's like, I think it was Corey Miller, was it? She was the one at Super Saturday where she told the story about like if you let the rock go down back the hill, then it's harder to push it. That was like really, that's really true. Like that.
Yeah.
Was really hit me. Yeah.
It is, but think about like when you first started, you were sharing with people and inviting people and selling challenge packs. And so you were able to keep up with your Shakeology. And we knew that this was going to be a tight budget when you started, but then we kind of lost our consistency in inviting people and keeping that momentum going. So your Shakeology did drop off because it doesn't really fit in the budget. So if we keep letting one outweigh the other, then we're never going to go anywhere, right? So we have to just start moving. We have to take action because there's at some point, like when I first started, I wouldn't have been able to pay for my Shakeology without without sharing challenge packs with people. And then I was able to start paying for it. And then I upped the ante and started buying it for PJ. And at first it was like, okay, I got to keep moving forward or I'm not going to be able to pay his because that's $200 a month. But if you keep pushing forward, then it becomes easier. You start to gain that momentum. You start getting people interested. You start showing your consistency. But you got to let go of the fact that you don't have it. You have a story with it because you've used it, right? You used it for a while. So you have an experience with it. You know how it feels. You know how you feel when you use it. You know how it helps you with your cravings. So let that be your story. Nobody needs to know your story or that it's not that you're being fake. You need to gain.
That's what I feel like.
But you're not. You just need to gain some momentum so that you can invest back in yourself too. You know, you're kind of starting at zero, just like the person that you're inviting is starting. So, yeah. And you're already investing in yourself, and you've proven that you can lead a group and you can be that leader. You know, step into that role and help motivate people because you had a really successful group. But you got to keep having groups. You got to have one at least every month because that's how you gain momentum and that's how you build your business. And if we just keep beating ourselves up because we are on Shakeology or we maybe had a bad day with nutrition, girl, I've been struggling with nutrition since before we moved. And I just share that. Like there's a week that we will be solid and perfect. And then we'll take 5 steps backwards because there's a stressful week or something comes up or we didn't have a chance to plan. Whatever it is, life happens. But if you share that and just be real with people, you're being real. It's not being fake. You know, it's hard to make those changes and to stay on all the time, especially when things are happening in life. But the point is that you're continuing to take steps forward. You're not going to let that hold you back, and you're going to gain that momentum again, and you're going to get there. You just got to let yourself. You gotta get out of your head and let yourself move forward.
Yeah, I listened to a really good podcast today by Shalene, and I'm gonna share it in the group because it was like amazing good, and it was I think one of the best things I've heard in a long time. It's called How to Build Your Inner Strength. It talks about like getting over your fear. It's like everything all in one. It's really good. Yeah.
That's awesome. I've been listening to her podcasts too, and she's awesome.
Well, that's one thing is I've been kind of bouncing back and forth again with my personal development, and it's like that is one thing I think I needed to keep consistent because they're short little things. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not like too much in podcasts, and she actually recommends other podcasts too. That's like,
yeah.
So, I mean, just to like stay positive and stay kind of.
Yeah, definitely. Keep that momentum going because that's going to help you. So you can start to really put the focus on the good things. Like be appreciative that you are here and you're in a healthier place than you were a year ago. You might not be where you wanted to be financially, but that's okay. That will come. We've kind of let ourselves get in our own way. So be appreciative and grateful for the things that you have. and that you have been able to grow where you have your strengths, and put your focus there rather than on that you haven't had your Shakeology, and that you maybe haven't been perfect with your food and you've kind of been struggling there. Don't put the focus there, because where energy goes, where focus goes, energy flows. So if you continue to focus on those negative things, your energy is going to keep pouring into that, and you're going to keep holding yourself back, and you're going to keep stopping, and you're going to let those fears get in the way. So if you start putting the focus on gratitude and being appreciative of where you are and where you're going and the momentum that you're gaining and this confidence that you're starting to feel, because you're realizing that you can overcome those fears and those things that are holding you back, then your energy is going to start to flow towards those positives, and you're going to put that out into the universe, and it's going to start to come back to you. So keep putting that personal development. And if you need to, read, like I write out a gratitude list of like 7 to 10 things every morning when I have my quiet time, or some days I don't get out of bed because I'm tired. I will, but at some point I do that, and it is usually first thing in the morning when I'm drinking my tea and having my quiet time. But make that a point to write that list out and really put your focus and your energy on, you have your health, you have your son, you have a roof over your head, you have food in your belly. Like, be appreciative of those things.
I think I posted something in Illuminate, I think it was yesterday, the day before, just to see, like, because I know there's more kind of a broader band of coaches, but one thing that's really been really hard is my work. It's really draining, and it's really it's just really hard it's super negative environment, and it's just really hard, and that kind of drains everything out, where I get home and then I'm so tired I don't even want to, and it's not even physical tired, it's just mental from dealing with the people that I work with and just the situation, because it's constant negativity, and it's so hard to stay positive when I have that 8 hours a day.
Yeah.
But finding ways to that's been,
Well, then make home your positivity. Make that your time that you can be you, and you can read those daily affirmations and those gratitude. What time do you get up in the morning? Is it an option for you to wake up an hour earlier so that you can get a power hour in? Then you could go to bed earlier at night, because you wouldn't have that extra time that you would normally be doing it at night. But maybe getting up and switching your power hour to first thing in the morning. So one, you're getting it done, and it's done. You don't have to worry about it for the rest of the day. And if you have time that evening, you can always plug in a little bit more. But two, you're in a better state of mind. You're fresh for the day. You can read your gratitude and your affirmation. You can do your reach outs and your invites, and then, go to work. And if you're totally exhausted at the end of work, then you've already done your positivity and affirmation and reach outs and invites for the day when you were in a better mindset. And then I would encourage you to, when you get home from work, maybe even before you get out of the car, reread that list. Take it with you and reread that list so that you start to shift your mindset. Okay, I'm done with work. Or maybe even when you get in the car before you drive away from work, if you have time, take 2 minutes and read over that list. I am grateful. Yes, today sucked. I'm totally overworked right now, but I am grateful for these 10 things in my life right now. And I guarantee that you'll start to smile, and you will just kind of feel, that when you're stressed out and you have a sense of relief and you just feel it come over you. I think that will be something that will really help too.
So you just compile a list of 10 things.
Yeah, and it's usually the same things, but I write them out every day. My first thing this morning was my health, and then it's PJ and the boys, and then it's our families, it's our happiness, it's our dog, it's our home, it's our financial. Even though we're not where we want to be financially, I'm still grateful for where we are right now. We could be in a lot worse position than we are right now. And I'm grateful for the drive and the passion that we have to pursue our dreams. So those are just my normals that I go to. Something else might have happened that, I will put in there. But those are pretty much the same ones that I write out every single morning. And then you start to believe that. That starts to be instilled in you because you're doing that every single day.
Okay.
But I think that if you write that out in the morning, if you could shift your power hour to the mornings, I think that'll make a world of difference for you. Because
No, I haven't really had a power hour at all because I've been kind of still scattered all over, but
even if it's a power half hour, like sit down and set your timer on your phone. Okay, 10 minutes to invite 3 to 5 people, 10 minutes to reach out to 3 to 5 brand new people, 10 minutes to add to your list. So whether if that's reaching out to people on Instagram or you're looking for people in groups or whatever, however you're doing it at the time, I'm kind of doing a little bit of everything. I use my suggested friends list off of Facebook. I'm also using groups that I'm in and connecting with people through Facebook groups, and then Instagram. So just spend, 5 minutes in one thing and 5 minutes in the other, and then you're done for the day. And then if you can start increasing that to get a full power hour in so that you can focus a little bit more time on each section.
Okay.
Small, and I swear that setting that timer makes a huge difference because
I was thinking about that.
You can get sucked into it, like talking to people, or you get sucked into your stupid news feed or whatever. So if you set that timer, look, I've got 10 minutes. I've got a, and when you're inviting people, I'm pretty much, except for that first paragraph, I'm copy and pasting that.
Okay.
And I'll just change their name. But like my first paragraph, it's more personal, blah, 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 whatever we've been talking about. And then the second paragraph, by the way, inviting them either to the challenge group or the coaching, then I will put that into the second paragraph. So I think that might make a big difference for you because then you won't feel like so rushed at night. You'll be able to have a little bit more downtime and to let your brain kind of unwind.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You can do it.
Yeah.
Make a list. Something else I do is I make a to-do list. So like I might work on something a little bit different tomorrow morning during my quiet time than I do. I have my set handful of things that I do. I drink my tea, I read personal development, I do either 30 minutes of yoga or Pilates, and then I might do my Instagram reach outs or I might follow up in my groups. But I make a little list the night before so that my brain can be done at night, and the next morning when I wake up, I have my list and I can just check them off.
I'm losing connection.
You see me?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, my connection is not good. Okay.
That's all right. Mine just told me it was unstable too for some reason. Even though my thing is
probably mine.
Away. So does that help?
Yes, that helps a lot.
Okay. Do you have any other questions?
Nope.
No.
I don't think so.
All right, girl, I'm going to have to jump out here so I can get our boys a bath and get them to bed. So let me know what you come up with.
Stop it. Sorry.
That's okay. I'd like to see what your plan is, and then that way I can kind of help hold you accountable too.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, girl, I will upload this to YouTube, and then I'm going to